traditional slow-smoked beef brisket. See, in Texas, this is the holy grail of the grill. For the true barbecue fan, it's really almost an obsession. Getting it right, not real complicated, but I definitely wouldn't call it easy. Hey there, it's Bill West with BarbecueTricks.com. My obsession is seeing if there's an easier way, figuring out some beef brisket tricks. All right, so this is traditional beef brisket. Falls apart. Is there a way to cheat this at all? Shorten time? I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, no, there's no way to do it. You cook it too high, try to get it done faster, it's just gonna burn on you. It's gonna be raw on the inside and done on the outside.
I've got an idea. Today, we are a long way from Texas, beef country. Actually, we're in South Carolina at the legendary Melvin's Barbecue, and the smell of wood smoke hangs heavy in the air. Here in my hometown, this is the place for barbecue, and I'm on a mission today. A mission to find some of the barbecue tricks to creating true traditional beef brisket goodness. See, South Carolina is typically all about pork. Here, things are changing a bit. Melvin's name actually comes from Melvin Bessinger. That last name, Bessinger, is known all over the state as the first family of mustard-based barbecue. And for decades, the focus has always been about pork, and they've got that down. Melvin Bessinger's roots in barbecue here in South Carolina started way back in 1939. To this day, Big Joe Bessinger's legendary Golden Secret recipe sauce is considered like the gold standard in mustard-based barbecue sauces. Again, we're in South Carolina, and years later now, the pitmasters here are still known for pork and mustard, but lately they've been broadening the menu a bit to include big beef ribs, some succulent burnt ends, and a nice, thick, juicy brisket. So today I've sought out some expertise and help from a longtime pitmaster here at Melvin's, Christopher Hill, to help me break down just how to do traditional beef brisket right. What are the main things you got to have to keep it traditional and great like you guys do?
You just need simple ingredients. You need a great product in the beef. You need a smoker, and you need good wood, and you need time. And that's about it. Okay, it's looking good. We usually let this sit overnight.
Simple as that. Good beef, hormone-free, with simple salt and pepper, stuck on with mustard. Again, not complicated. Well, I wouldn't say easy, though.
We use the pink butcher paper. It's much better than foil or any other wrap. It doesn't stick to the meat. And what we do is when we cook it, we let it get up to 165 or so, and we're gonna seal it tight with this butcher paper. This will keep all the moisture in, keep it from burning too much on the outside, and let it cook more on the inside. We cut it to order. Every time we're done, we'll re-wrap it up tight as possible, put it back under the warmer.
So it's ongoing in that paper. It's not just in the cook process.
Well, it also is part of the cook process, because after we take it out, we immediately wrap it, and it will still climb a few degrees and still be cooking a little bit. We let it rest. We get it down to 140 before we keep it at that temperature, but it is still cooking a little bit. So what we have here is one of our briskets. This is the brisket is actually two different muscle, and this is from here on the smaller side is called the flat, and this fattier side is called the point. When we serve it, we give the guests an option of which they would like. It's two different consistencies. Also with this point, we'll cut that, cube it, and make burnt ends with it as well.
Do the customers, what do they tend to prefer? Or do they know yet? Are they still learning?
A lot of people just come in here and they just say they want brisket, and we just happy to serve them. But we also have given the option. We have signage out, and I'd say it's 3/4 they want the leaner part, maybe health reasons, maybe flavor, but the whole thing tastes pretty good.
What part do you prefer?
I like the point, just because the burnt ends are awesome when you cut them, and they just melt in your mouth.
I ordered the burnt ends the other day. Have people been catching on to those, or?
Yeah, once it became part of our menu, it's really simple for us to do, and since Since more people prefer the leaner part, we have this the point left over. When we keep it, we re-season it separately, put it on a baking pan. We season it with apple cider vinegar, a little dash, brown sugar, and Worcestershire sauce. Mix it all together, put some dry rub or Melvin dry rub on top, and put it back in the smoker for about half an hour.
So one of my most important indicators in judging a great barbecue joint is quickly checked off the list here. Simple question is, can you smell smoke? Check. The wood is oak, and you can see and smell it burn right there street side with these massive black steel cookers right out front.
You want the fat side, the point towards the smoke, so the smoke can just wash over it and send that the flavor right down alongside it.
Anything you're looking for in the smoke? I've heard something about a blue smoke. Is that any? What's that all about?
Well, you really want to, blue, a clear smoke. When you first add wood, it's going to billow out black smoke, and there's no heat behind that. That's just the moisture drying off and the wood. And you want it to get really hot, and when that happens, you'll get a nice clean smoke, as you see here on our flute. And this is going to cook probably about 4 to 5 hours. Or so. Again, we're looking for a 165 or so temperature. For the first 4 hours, we want to keep this door shut. We don't want to mess with it at all. We don't want to interrupt that cooking process. After 4 hours, we'll come and check the wood, the temperature. We'll spritz with a little apple juice for a little extra flavor and moisture. And we just want to get to 165. At that point, about 5 hours, we wrap it tight as possible with that pink butcher paper. Keep the moisture in, and just let it go for another 35 degrees or so, near 200.
So once you shut it, keep it shut.
That's right.
How do you keep the patrons from opening this up out here?
Well, a lot of people come to, they check it out, but you're not going to touch an oven that's hot, so you learn that pretty young. So they pretty much stay away from it.
So the flavor that comes through mainly is the beef flavor, which is what you want, right? Is this a special beef?
Definitely. We promote all of our meats here at Melvin's are hormone free. This is as natural as you can get. It's no added anything.
Somehow you've got a crust. How is that possible? With just mustard, salt, and pepper?
Well, yeah, the salt is it's called the bark. The salt and pepper contributes to that, but just cooking it and the fat also as well. Just cooking it, it gets a little crusty on top, and it really adds to the flavor.
What's the biggest mistake someone would make on brisket if they're doing it at home?
Rushing the process. You want to take your time. What we do is we get up to 165, we wrap it, and then we let it go to near 200 degrees. And you just don't want to rush that process. I mean, it usually takes about anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. So it's every time's different.
Brisket secrets. Create a great bark. Use simple ingredients: salt, pepper, mustard, and of course, fantastic beef. Here they actually use Myers beef out of Montana. And as for the cooking process, take it slow, then wrap it tight with that pink butcher paper, keep it wrapped up, and keep that grill closed as long as you possibly can. Simply put, you don't want to rush tradition. For more tips, tricks, and other fun stuff, brisket and beyond, subscribe to the videos, free here on YouTube. Plus, it's always on the website. You can find out more at www.barbecuetricks.com.